Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Tonight's nightcap, I've got plenty going on. I've got some machining. I finished off the pins for the lads, the rear linkage for the tractor. I get those finished off, all except the splines. I'm still waiting for the knurling tool coming. I'll hopefully get that done this week. I get some more done on the Progress drill, the Elliott drilling machine. You'll get to see if that bush fits the pulley or not. And I finish off machine the pulley up, get the drill assembled and get that up and running. I'll show quite a lot of that. I was away yesterday with Richard. We got some work done on his Sentinel steam wagon. We had a good few hours working actually. We managed to get the rear gear case stripped up, pulled apart, and managed to get the top gear out. The top gear's quite badly worn. Richard's managed to find a new one, so we've been getting ready to put that in. I'll show quite a bit of that. I haven't put a voiceover on the video like I quite often do. I've just let it go the way it naturally is. I've edited out most of the swearing. I think if there's the odd word slips through, I'll apologise now. An update on Debs. Debs is doing well. It's 10 to 5 now. She's actually on board a flight to Barcelona, Spain, which is due to take off in half an hour. So she's away for a week with her two friends on holiday, and I'm here basically at work but on holiday as well, so to speak. So I'll probably get a fair bit more time in the shop this week. I've remachined a bit of silver steel. Up to the stage now I will need to put the threads on. The threads on the original are 7/16 CO1F. I'm going to make these 10 by 1 metric fine. It's just easier to get nuts for. I can cut a screw cut a 10mm thread, no problem. And the 17mm spanner size is similar to the 11/16 spanner size of the O&F nuts, so they look right. First thing to do, make sure we're on centre height. I've done all this before, but I'll go through it again. Screw cutting tool must be on centre height, which it is. We need the compound slide setting at 30 degrees, which is half of the 60 metric. Actually use 29. Right, so that's just before 30. Nip that up. There's one on the other side as well. The next thing is to make sure that this tool is at 90 degrees to the job, so it's going to cut a square thread. You don't want it like that or like that, otherwise you get a pissed thread. Easiest way to do it, you know, this is a foam tool, is to use that face there and just set that up so it's touching the chuck like that, which then means that that tool there is at the right angle to the job. Right, I put my best revolving centre in. This one's got several different size tips. That goes into there, and that gives me enough clearance for the screw cutting tool to cut the thread. So just trying to use a big nasty thing like that, you'll never get in. You'll probably get away without a centre in on such a short workpiece, but if you can get a centre in, you might as well use one. Makes for a much stiffer job. I've shown this before, but I'll show it again because I like it so much. That's the thread we want there, 1mm pitch. So you put this lever here in line with the 1mm, and that's on line 3, and it says here for lines 2, 3 and 4, which is the one we want. We need a 25, 180, that's what's on the machine basically all the time. So if you look here, you've got the first two levers pointing to the right, that one and that one. And it says right hand lever, which is this one here. That's the magic one that a lot of these lathes haven't got. That goes to the right as well. So we're right, 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 and we're in the position to cut the 1mm metric pitch. I'll have a quick look on the back of the lathe and show you the 25, the 100 and the 80 tooth change wheels. Right, we've got 25, 100 and 80. There the gears are on the lathe most of the time. Right, we'll engage our thread indicator like that. Cutting this metric thread, I can engage the lead screw on any line on there, it doesn't make any difference. Right, basically I've set the tool up so it's just touching the job. I've zeroed the cross slide, and I've zeroed the compound slide. We'll be we'll be putting the feed on with the compound slide. I've got the lathe set at about 100 RPM, actually it says 60, 65. You could screw cut this a lot faster. If I was screw cutting all day I would do it a lot faster, but I'm not, so I just do it at a speed that I'm comfortable with. I'm not in a hurry, I just want to get the job done. Right, so everything's set up. Start the lathe up. Right, I'll wind this out from the job, full turn, and I'll engage the feed nut and nut. I'll engage the lead screw first. There you go, lead screw's turning. Right, engage the feed nut. The things are moving the right way, going the right direction. You don't want to engage it when everything's up close and find that it all goes tits up on you. Right, so back out of there, back into a zero, which is there. See what I did there? I overshot the zero. So it's no good overshooting it and then turning it back, because there's backlash on the cross slide. So back, up to zero. Right, so that should be just touching the job, which it is. We'll put some cut on the compound slide. Watch for a mark come around, any mark. There's a one, right. When it gets to the end of the thread, I've machined a little recess for the screw cutting tool to drop into. Right, calm down, John. Okay, so wind that back out, back to zero, that back in, put a bit more cut on. Right, before taking that cut, I'll check the pitch of the thread. Right, that's a 1mm thread pitch gauge, and you can see it fits in perfectly, which means I'm cutting a 1mm thread. Right, put a little bit of lubricant on. Once we get to the end, which is there, drop it out, back to the beginning, back into zero, a little bit of feed on, in again, right, end of the cut, out of full turn, back to the beginning, back into zero, a little bit of cut on, watch for a line come around, just like that. Right, that's nice. Decent thread. Since I didn't take any more off, just caught it nice. It's actually a nail lock nut, so it's biting into the nail lock there. I'm finished screw cutting, so I will make sure the feed screw is disengaged.
See if the gasket carefully. I should have put a bit more thought into that bottom stud when I put it together, but I thought it would be a job for later on. Right. Zip this bugger out. Look at that, John. See that?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that gear, had that gear made.
Right.
And I didn't have it hardened, so it did not need hardening the motor, man, as long as we do
So
it.
it's worn with it.
Yeah.
The shaft's not worn, but the gear is.
The gear is. But these new gears.
Oh, yeah, that's a gear you hadn't made, is it?
Yeah. But it's just mild steel, you see.
Right, right.
And I should have had it hardened, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's quite badly worn.
can you see in there?
Oh. That's the damaged gear. Gear on the teeth in there. That's the cylinder there, steam cylinder. Oh, big heavy stuff.
I should drop it to know that.
Aye, isn't she?
There's only the DG8 had this type of design on. The rest were all pressed out of steel.
Right. They're big castings, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. Right. Fingers crossed this is going to go down far enough. Fingers crossed that this is going to go down far enough to allow us to...
Get that casing off.
Yes.
Right. That's all one hole, that one big, yeah, it's one hole casing.
Yeah. And I have put it in the lathe and I polished it. It's bloody lovely. Look at it now. So I'm going to get that if you needed it.
It all makes good video this, you know.
Say again?
It all makes good video this.
You reckon?
People are interested.
Look at the condensation coming out of there.
Yeah.
A funny hair look here, it's sitting there, doesn't it?
The fanny's hair, aye. Will it come to any more, no?
I don't know, I think it was on the bottom.
Make it, jack to this. Oh, hang on, I'll jack to the side up, I might tip it this way, it might.
Yeah, I'll be a bit, stay there.
Come on, babe, see you, hang on, John. Here, just, John.
Ready?
Ready? I thought you said swearing like. Here. All right. Go on. Yeah, go on, jump it up. Go out. That's it, it's passed. That's it, done.
Oh! Yeah, reach here, oh.
No, then. Good job. Right. Oh no. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hands out.
Yeah.
Cross there. Oh, yeah. The company's there.
Aye.
Aye.
Is this Victorian silicon?
Yes. Go on, let's go on. Sorry. There's 3 left after this one, yeah?
No.
6, isn't it?
6.
Oh, right. Oh, yes.
So that's 5 left, there's 8. There's 8 bolts.
That's it, Richard.
Yeah, that's it. Try and I know we should look at something in the tools. Did you do the hammer, mate?
It's not there anymore.
Oh, right there. You're too greedy.
Oh, that's
Well
it.
done, well done.
Way aye.
Is it?
The chaps doing the new one. Oh no, hang on, wait a minute, let's have a little. For fuck's sake.
If you know, really, you can actually fuck around.
Wouldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
See them? Are they threaded for pushing it up, are they?
Yeah, yes, that's what I saw. That's right, that's okay. Splendid. Tell you what, that's about that, like.
It's not bad.
No, but it's not.
Won't you that one on, but it's not bad. See what they polish off of that shaft.
Yes.
So you can't even light on that big gear, you know, them wheels. You.
It is, aye.
Right, the moment of truth. Turn that off. That goes onto there like that. That was shite. We'll start again, eh?